All right. Hello, guys. Hello. I'm going for 40 minutes because I promised that I would call a guy called Mustafa at 3 o'clock, and it's now pretty much 2:20. So this is going to be a short one, Tom Cruise live, and I'm just going to basically call out the NFL. I won't be going on and on in this live. I'm not, because I've got to get back to my book. I've spent, I think it's 28 hours this weekend on it. I think it's the greatest thing that I've ever done in my life, like personal, obviously, take away getting married and all that type of stuff. But this book that I've written about Queen Elizabeth is the best thing that I've ever done. And I think it's going to change people's lives. And I think it's going to bring families close together. I think it's going to bring husbands and wives together. I really believe it's that good. And I was going through it all and I'm like, this is absolutely incredible. And I just want to tell you that, look, 14 in the life, 4 likes, that's my birthday. I just want to tell you that once this book's out there, I didn't write it. I'm just being used. The stuff that I'm finding here, it can't be me. All right. I don't think it's me doing it. I was reading it all. I'm doing that. And I haven't been sleeping. I'll be very honest with you. That I haven't been sleeping because my brain's so stimulated. And I believe this book is literally why I started this journey. It's all for this book. I seriously believe that. All the knowledge that I've gathered in 2 years has been for this. So I'm going to have it done by the end of the day because I want it done by 9/11. I give myself these goals. I want it done by 9/11 because obviously Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a pandemic. And the 911th minute of the day is 3:11 p.m. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on 3/11. And exactly 42 months after that date is 9/11/2023, which I'm telling you, please put in your calendar. Could be the biggest day ever in humanity, 9/11/2023. So again, hey Joey, happy face man, much love. Happy face man, thanks so much for your comment on my recent post, NFL post. It was incredible. It was mind-blowing. So thank you. Hey, True TV. True TV, the rabbit hole guys, please subscribe to him. I think he does really amazing work and he doesn't have the following he deserves. But that's always the case for people who do genuinely good work on YouTube. VJ Legends, hey Adam, I stayed tuned, man. I haven't watched the NFL at all this weekend. Brilliant. We've all been there, bro, where we spend our whole day watching the NFL. I used to go around to my friend's house here where I live, and he's a massive Cleveland Browns fan. Massive. It's like his life. He actually went last year to the playoffs. He flew out where they lost to the Chiefs. So you go there, wouldn't you? You've got your bets on. You watch the games. The girls are over there talking to each other. The guys are over there watching the games, and you're drinking and you're ordering pizza and you're gambling, and then it's a toxic lifestyle, that, to be honest with you. It may not seem like it. It sounds fun, doesn't it? It's so incredibly toxic. So yeah, I don't watch any sport whatsoever. I can't listen to commentators. I just can't do it. And I won't do it again. If I'm in a bar with my mates, like in England, if I get to England and there's TVs everywhere, obviously I'm not going to be like staring watching, but if it's like, you can't help but glance sometimes, but I really don't care about professional sports. No, I've got to get this book done, bro. I keep going for these walks and just trying to clear my head, staring at screens a lot. And the stuff I'm finding, honestly, I really believe, like, if this was a fair realm, if it was genuinely fair and everybody was searching for truth, that this book would win an award. All right? Not that I care about awards, but it would be promoted all over the media if it was a fair world that we're living in. But it's not. This is Lucifer's realm. I can't believe this book. If anybody read my Kobe Bryant book telling me it's the best thing they've ever read, it's the most mind-blowing information, this is 100 times better. So if you've read the Kobe one and you love that one, wow. So no, I ain't getting sleep. I'll sleep. I'm not sleeping until I get that book finalized, because I can't. maybe the word can't is strong, but there's no point, like there's nothing more frustrating than trying to sleep when your brain's stimulated. I've got to get it out. 20 in the life, 12 likes. That's when London hosted the Olympics 10 years ago. Cheers, Gabriel. Much love. Thank you. Let me just quickly spank this out because I promised this guy, this Mustafa guy who I've never spoken to before, said he's basically going to change my life with his knowledge. So I'll give him a chance to see what he says. I'm always open to that. Breed brother, stop worrying about the future. No, bro, it's not so much. I don't worry about the future. I'm in the present now, and my goal is to get that book done. All right, I'm doing this live quickly now just to take my mind off it a little bit and to show you how the NFL's rigged. So I reckon the whole season now is going to be about the royal family in every single league. So if you do like to code and you get joy from coding and you gamble, I pretty much believe everything now until the end of the season in these leagues is going to be connected to the royal family and going to be connected to the Antichrist, all right, and Revelation. So what a perfect opportunity for you to study it. If you don't go off that, you're going to lose a lot of money this year, all right? Trust me. And I'll give you an example here where people in this community today got completely trapped, and I see through the traps, all right? I see through the traps, something that I've definitely been gifted with the last few months. When a riddle seems too obvious, more often than not, it misses when it's blatant. And I'll give you an example with this one. So many a call, few answer the call, Adam. It is what it is. Most people are too weak to unplug from the matrix. I agree. Thank you for that. And I definitely agree. NFL changed themselves from a sports business to an entertainment business. I think they even went to court to change it. They did, Chris. There's documents online that state that the National Football League is sports entertainment, and they are able to change the outcome of the games during the game. It's a fact. It's WWE, is the NFL. I say it's NFL. It's WWE, basically on grass, on turf. So it is becoming obvious. I have been saying this stuff though for 2 years when it wasn't as obvious, but I guess that I was given this gift before a lot of people, and I've just tried ever since to share my information and the gift I've been given with other people. Now it is becoming obvious. Did you see the princess from Belgium got married? Did you see the chin on it? Did you see the chin on that? I'm telling you, Mike Tyson in his prime wouldn't knock her down with that chin. It's a man. And I was speaking to Red Pill Monkey, who, again, I love to bits. And we've got all the numbers that connect us to each other and the Welsh roots that we have. I said to him, I said, bro, this isn't the elite anymore. The elite mocking humanity. It's not. It's God revealing it, and they can't do anything about it. The type of stuff like this Belgian princess, who's definitely a man, getting married, nobody would have noticed this years ago. You wouldn't have even acknowledged it. So God's shining light on the darkness, all right? It isn't them mocking us like I thought it was. Oh, they're just mocking us. They're not. It's just getting revealed now. They've always probably had Lucifer and Satan are the same entity, pretty much. Well, Lucifer was the angel, then he got cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt, became Satan on earth. They've been mocking us. I'll give you some examples of that in the book, but now it's all being revealed and there's nothing they can do about it. So I'll give you an example here, because it's got to be a short one. So today in the NFL, I had the Ravens to beat the Jets, and everyone else that I spoke with, everyone else said the Jets would win in a 9/11 ritual. And I was like, and the Jets were good odds. So everyone got on the Jets. And I'm like, nah, the Ravens win. The Jets in a 9/11 ritual, and the Jets and the planes hit the World Trade Center, la-di-da-di-da. That wasn't good for New York. So I don't know why people think every time there's a 9/11 ritual, it favors a New York team. How? What happened on 9/11 wasn't good for New York, was it? So why would it favor them? Number one. And then the numbers were so blatant because it was screaming Ravens win, because the numbers for the Jets were just so obvious. And I said that. So first of all, the Ravens coach, he was born on a day leaving 99 days left in the year, which is 9 times 11. So it's funny how he was playing the Jets on 9/11, isn't it? just a coincidence. And I said this, I don't see the Ravens getting their 119th regular season franchise road loss and doing that in New York. The 119, the 9-11, it just seemed too obvious. And then I was like, oh, it's getting even more obvious now. So if I see something obvious and then something else right after it that's obvious and something else after that that's really obvious, I'm like, the other team win. That could be that right there. But then I always have to find stuff for the other team. So if New York would have won, they would have become 3-9 all time versus the Ravens. 3-9. New York equals 39. And everyone's like, New York and 39. It never misses. It misses nearly all the time. 39 is basically 3 nines, which is your 999, which is England's emergency dialing code. I don't know why people think New York and 39 never misses. It does. So I said I like the Ravens to win to become 4-2 on the road versus the Jets. The beast reigns for 42 months. And I've told you, from coronavirus being declared a global pandemic to 9/11/2023, exactly a year today, is exactly 42 months. That's why I said mark that in your calendar. Got the US Open tennis final as well today in New York on 9/11. This game was 4 months and 20 days before the New York Jets coach's birthday. The game was played on 42 date numerology, 9/11/22. And this is what these people are trying to tell me. And again, I ain't coming here now to mock these people, but they were just saying, you're going to regret it. I'm like, how am I going to regret it? I don't bet. You're going to regret it when the Jets upset them. I was like, all right. And I've not even messaged them to say I told you so. I used to say I told you so. Hopefully they watch this video. So they were like, this is a lock for the Jets. New York equals 33. I was like, okay. The Jets can become 3-3 at home versus the Ravens with a win. I was like, no, that ain't happening. And I'll tell you why right now it's not going to happen. Go on then, Illusion. Why? First of all, the Ravens coach is on 137 regular season wins. That's the 33rd prime. Do you really think that they're going to allow him to stay on 137 wins and then drop the Ravens to 3-3 in New York? And New York's 33? I was like, that ain't happening. And I know the 42 right now is bigger than the 33. So that just seemed painfully obvious. And I saw some Queen numbers for Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens, the name of the franchise, equals 96. The Queen just died at age 96. And the Ravens coach had a 96 in his record as well. The Ravens coach had a 96 in his record for the win. The Ravens are a British crown symbol. The Ravens ended the season, last season, 8-9. The Queen died on a date that can be written 8-9. And this season's NFL season began on 8-9. All right? The Ravens coach could have got his 89th loss. I was like, that is not happening. All those 89s, they're not going to give him it. So I was like, then I start doing this. How will the 89 benefit the Ravens? That's what I do then. I'm like, this is too perfect for the Jets. I need to find why that 89 benefits the Ravens. You have to dig a little bit deeper. And I was like, that's what it is. The Jets are going to drop to 2-4 at home to the Ravens. And 89 is the 24th prime. I was like, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And it is what it was. And if you want to go back to the 33s, all right, where I tell you they mock you and they often fulfill rituals within the game, the score finished 24-9. I told you. When I say I told you, I always think of whatever that guy's name is who I always mimic. What's his name? Somebody tell me in the chat. Down you and down those ago. What's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, told you the 89s. And then you've got the New York franchise dropping to 2-4 at home against the Ravens. 2-4. The Ravens scored 24 points All right. It's funny how the Jets got 9 points in the 9th month, and the Ravens coach was born on 23-9. And 23 is the 9th prime. Okay. He was born in 62. We know Elizabeth was coronated on 6/2 in 1953, the 62nd triangular number. And it finishes 24-9. Is all these 33s, which I said was a massive trap to all these people who were messaging me. The game finishes 24-9. How many points is that? 33. It finished with 33 points. All right, so they'll do all of that. There'll be all these potential 33s for an upset, and then they'll mock the bettors who think they know what they're doing by making it 33 points instead of the Mets becoming 3-3 and keeping the Ravens coach on those 137 wins. Okay, the 33rd prime. Just a joke. And check this out as well. This is just ridiculous. His playoff record is 111 and lost 8. 11 times 8 is 88. And he stayed on 88 losses in the regular season. He also stayed on 96 all-time losses. Like the Queen died at age 96 and Baltimore Ravens is 96. Queen Elizabeth I died at 69. Yes, bro. And then Queen Elizabeth II was coronated exactly 69 weeks after she became the queen. All right. Queen Elizabeth equals 69 in Gematria. She died 20 weeks and 1 day after her birthday, 201. Man went to the moon supposedly on the 201st day of 69. So there was a little bit more as well. It's just what I'm doing. Anyone on my website knows when I code this, I code pretty much the result more often than not. Every number that I post hits. So I talk about the 89s and the 24s, and then what do the Ravens do? They get 24 points. I keep talking about the number 9 and how big the number 9 is with New York and just the number of completion. And George Orwell's final book, 1984, was his 9th book published and final. So they give them 9 points. It's like, it's insanity. It's just, I do it every day pretty much. And this next bit was one of my personal favorites. So again, whilst everyone's focusing on the 137 33rd prime, I'm looking at what 13/8 is, which I know that number's huge because 13 times 8 is 144. And that's when I was born, 14/4, on my dad's birthday. And the Elizabeth line opened on the 144th day of the year. And remember, there's 1,440 minutes in 24 hours. And they just got 24 points. These teams last met on 12/12, guys. 12 times 12 is 144. And 144 is the 12th Fibonacci number. Are you hearing this? Yeah, there was somebody in Australia, a queen who died at 96 the day after the Queen Elizabeth died at 96. And Queen Elizabeth's pretty much the monarch of Australia, or was. So, again, do you think this is a coincidence, guys, that the Queen was born on 4/21? And 4 months and 21 days after her birthday was 9/11. It's just crazy. Crazy. And this game was a span of 4 months and 21 days before the Jets coach's birthday, that 4/21. 4 times 21 is 84, which again, I've told you about 84. With George Orwell's 1984, how Michael Jordan was drafted in 84, the year LeBron James was born, the year that 6-year-old Kobe moved to Italy. Obama born on 8/4. Okay? It's all these 84s. And there's definitely an 84 as well with Queen Elizabeth's mother, whose middle name's Angela, which has the word angel in it, because she was born on August the 4th, 8/4. Prince Philip, when you type it in, the Gematrinator is 84. The Jesuit order is 84. It's off the charts. 8 times 4 is 32. It's 32 raising the Society of Jesus' logo. Tom Brady retired on the 32nd day of the year, and there's 32 teams in the Super Bowl. Kobe won 3 rings wearing number 8 and 2 rings wearing 24. 8 plus 24 is 32. I'm working at a different level now. I feel like a robot. People used to say, "Are you a robot, Illusion?" Having banter with me. At this point, I feel like I am a freaking robot. The stuff that I can just pound out. Who do I have to win the Super Bowl without being disrespectful or annoying? Sign up to my website for that. I spent days and days and days decoding who I thought was going to win it. I can't just throw it out. I do these live streams for free, which I could charge, and I probably get hundreds of people paying it, but I don't. So if you want to know who I think is going to win the MLB and the NFL and the World Cup, it's on my website. I called Warriors to win the NBA like 6 or 7 months before they did it. Called Super Bowl 55 before the season began, that the Bucks would beat the Chiefs before that season even began. I told you the Avalanche would beat the Lightning 4-2 in the Stanley Cup before it started. Well, there's loads more. I don't have to go through everything I've said. So I ain't just going to tell you I think it's going to win. I'll tell you this. I don't think it's Brady, though. I'll give you that one. If you're going to bet on him, I think you've already lost your money. No, Brady's done. Again, when you study the Bible and you study the book of Revelation, you know how big the number 73 is. I cannot see him coming off 7 and 3 in Super Bowls. I don't think he'll get to an 11th. I think he'll stay on 10, the big Satan number. Remember, he got to his 10th Super Bowl in Super Bowl 55. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number, and Brady won number 10 at Michigan at college. So I don't think he's going to have more than 10 Super Bowls, especially when he said his wife Giselle's a witch, who, by the way, was born on the 201st day of the year, the day Brady and the Bucks went to the White House and the day the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA. Okay, which is the 20th of July. 27, like he won the Super Bowl in 2-7, and then he retired with 333 days left in the year, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So again, I'll keep this short. Is witch 201? I didn't know that. I know witch equals 201. I know witchcraft is 666, just like vaccination, just like internet. Hope the Super Bowl gets cancelled. It's supposed to be February the 12th, isn't it? 2023. I think it'll be you're going to have your last ever World Cup coming up, your last ever Super Bowl. All right. I told you this ages ago. I said Francis will be the last ever Pope. I was on this. Nobody was saying this stuff. People are starting to believe it now. Francis is going to be your last ever Pope. This will be your last ever World Cup, the 22nd edition. Super Bowl 57 is likely to be the last ever Super Bowl. Remember Kobe 5 and 7 in NBA Finals, completely connected to Revelation, undeniably connected to Revelation. So, again, I could go on all day with this about the NFL being completely corrupt. Did you see how the Bengals came back? And it was 2020. I think it's still 2020. And that's the year coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. That's the year Kobe Bryant died. All right, 2020, the Bengals just win Super Bowl 56, connected to the Tigers, the year of the Tiger and all of that. But that 2020 against Pittsburgh, who were owned by Jesuits, open Jesuits. So that score was 6-17 at halftime. 617 is the 113th prime. Coronavirus declared a pandemic on 11-3. So they had the score 6-17. And I'm pretty much guessing, again, I could be completely wrong here because this is just a gut. There's no code involved. There's none of that. But what they tend to do here is they'll have a team have a big lead against the favorite, take it to overtime, give the favorite decent odds to win overtime, and then get beat. And then people betting on that favorite who bet on the Bengals, put a lot of money on it, thought they'd lost it. Bengals then go into overtime. They've got the so-called momentum and all of that. And then boom, Pittsburgh will beat them. So again, it's still 2020. Watch Pittsburgh beat them. And if you're a Bengals better, you're going to feel sick. Could be wrong. I don't even know who's got possession of the ball. It's just saying 2020. So stuff like that. I remember 2020, Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights and he was tempted by the devil. Brady came out of retirement 40 days after he retired. It's very biblical. When you read my book, again, to read it, you're going to either have to sign up to my website or purchase it off me. This one I ain't just giving out for free. I've given out too many things for free. I've spent 2 years on this book. Tell me any other author who would give out a book for free to everybody who's been working on it for 2 years. This book can change your life, your family's life, your friends' lives. It's that good. And it's from God, not me, from God, this book. And when you read it, you'll agree with me. All right? You will agree with me. I think Jesus is literally on his way. I truly believe that. I think he's on his way. And it could be as early as next year. If it is 9/11/2023, I've said that I believe that Jesus was born 9/11 and not December the 25th. That was a lie. That was a joke. And it's a pagan celebration. I know why they chose that date, because it's all connected to the numbers. Because 12/25 is Christmas Day. Square root of 1,225 is 35. 35 times 35, that's what it is, 1,225. Satan gets you 35. We had the satanic ritual with JFK, who was the 35th president of the US. All right, Catholic equals 35. And then the triangular number of 1,225 is 49. And Prince Philip died on 4/9 at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. And obviously, the square root of 49 is 7. 7 times 7. Then Boris Johnson, the 77th Prime Minister, stepped down on 7/7 on the anniversary of the London bombings. Brady, born in 77, made his name right after 9/11. With the Patriots, right after the Patriots Act was signed, they win the Super Bowl. So, again, I'm just giving you a sprinkle of the stuff I know here. Anyone who knows me is not aware of the stuff that I have for this game. Not this game, for this book is unbelievable. All right? It will change your life if you read it. Even if you are a strong follower of the illusion and you love what he does and you're fascinated by the numbers and it's incredibly interesting. This book is the best book. You haven't seen what this book is. I can't talk. I just want people to read it, man. And it'll be a long read. It's not something you're going to do in 10 minutes with a cup of tea. You might have to read it multiple times. Tonight, I'm going to proofread it. There's a few other things that I want to connect with the Basilica, which obviously got struck by lightning twice when Pope Benedict stepped down right before Francis became the Pope in 2013. There's a few other things, so I might add some images to it. Some of the stuff I found today, thank you, God. Just thank you. Wow. So, go on, Divine. Chronic, I've just been revealing why the NFL's rigged and my code, and just don't give your energy to it. Giving people advice to see through traps, because there are more and more people coding now. And at the beginning, you see these numbers and you think they're amazing. And when you're new to it and relatively naive to it all, you think it's a super lock city, and then they get battered. So I'm trying to teach people, if you see a mega lock, don't get complacent. It probably means they're going to lose, and start digging for the other team. It's what I do. It's why my hit rate's so crazy high. Thank you, God, every morning, what you mean. So what do you mean by the last World Cup ever? I've made this really clear now. All right, I'll try and say it again before I go. Huge respect for this community. One love. One love to you, Chronix Masturbator. All of you in the chat, much love. All right? I'm telling you, God will win, but you got to pick a side now. It is going to be at a point where you have to choose God or Satan, and you'll get a choice. You'll either want to stay in this world and play along with Satan's rules, or you'll go against his rules, and you'll have eternity with God, in my opinion. That's what I see. And then it doesn't mean now you have to hate the world and hate your life and get depressed. No, that's what Satan wants. You can do what I'm doing and be productive. So the reason I'm so desperate to get to England, I'm almost certain in my heart that I'll never be able to go again. All right, almost certain in my heart. So I listen to my spirit. In regards to the World Cup, I've told you, I believe Revelation is playing out. I believe soon enough the Antichrist will be here and then Jesus is going to return. That they don't need to distract us anymore with professional sports. People like me are going to start revealing it because it's all being revealed. It's the age of Aquarius. It's the age of Revelation. More and more people like me are going to get to a different level and people are going to listen to me not to win money anymore. They're going to listen to me because they want to change their lives and they want to see through the illusion, that which is my name. So it's going to be the 22nd ever World Cup. Satanic's 22. Kobe's 666 game, his highest scoring game. All right, was on the 22nd day of 2006. I'm almost certain that your boy, Captain Tom, all right, Captain Tom Moore, he died on 2/2, February the 2nd. I did a post about him. It's like, I didn't even realize he got to number 1 with the song You'll Never Walk Alone, which is that big 99 and 81. And then you had the 9-year-old girl getting killed in Liverpool right before Liverpool won 9-0 and Jordan Henderson has a vest saying YNWA, rest in peace, Olivia. So You'll Never Walk Alone. I'm going to look deeper and deeper into that song when it was released and what it actually means. You'll never walk alone literally might be God because God's always with us. So when it says you'll never walk alone, that might be God or it might be mocking God. I don't know. There might be some deep agenda. The numbers behind it are not very good. But yeah, I choose the winning team, God. There you go, Todd. That's it. But for you to choose God means you've got to believe in him. So that's beautiful. And again, listen, I ain't here to preach. I ain't here to get in front of you all in a church, all right, and sing hymns to you. I'm here to speak my truth and a burning passion within me. And the stuff I've been right about at this point is absolutely unbelievable. And now people are actually witnessing it on a bigger scale because more people are coming across my work. I've been doing this stuff for 2 years. And I got ridiculed and mocked. And let me check this NFL game. The Bengals lost. They did. 2023. Just like the way they lost Super Bowl 56, 2023. They lost. Again, what did I tell you? They just lost. Or maybe they lost minutes ago. 2023, that's the score of Super Bowl 56 that they lost. And I'm telling you, 2023 is going to be an enormous year. That's why that score was 2023. 43 points. Jesus died April the 3rd, 4-3. It's funny how Gabriel Jesus was born on 4-3 and got coronavirus on Christmas Day. All right. Brady won Super Bowl 55 at age 43. One of the reasons I liked him to do it, because he has got a lot of Jesus numbers. The one concern I have for him to get to the Super Bowl is he can get to his 11th and Jesus equals 11. But I don't think he will. So, yeah, look, Bengals just lost. It's a joke. And the team that beat them, Steelers, 23 points, the 9th prime. All right, I don't know if anyone in my community took Pittsburgh as I was speaking. I don't know if you even can do it in play during overtime, but I knew it was energy harvesting. If they let the Bengals get back into it, they wasn't going to win in overtime. All right. They didn't even need a code. Just that's the experience I have. I haven't looked into the Packers and Vikings. I think it's a game that you should avoid. I think anytime there's a game where both teams are exactly the same odds, I think they're both minus 106, stay away because that often means they both have incredible codes and then you flip a coin. You may as well flip a coin. I've noticed that if they're ever pretty much even odds, it's like the algorithm knows that both the teams have an insane riddle. So I avoid those ones. I don't always go favorites. I often like to go for a favorite. The favorite's for a reason, but favorites get beat quite often. But when it's that type of game and it's Packers, like anytime a team like the Packers are not like favorites, it worries me. So I avoid the games. I avoid the games, whether they're home or away, if they're not fit. Same with like Man City. If Man City are playing a team and they're not favourites, then I ain't touching them. They probably ain't winning. In that playlist, Adam, he says that number 9 means death in the occult. It very well could. It very well could do. 9's really big with the Church of Satan. I can tell you that. When you learn about that, the Church of Satan. Guys, this book, oh man. I was speaking JC today, not Jesus Christ, just a guy that I know. And I've told him this book's going to bring your family together. I believe it. So in the Church of Satan, you have the 9 satanic sins. They have 9 satanic sins and 11 satanic rules, like 9/11. The Church of Satan's a real thing. All right? It was founded April the 30th, 1966 by Anton LaVey. 66, by the way, is the 11th triangular number. And that's probably why they have their little 11 satanic rules. But they've got literally 9 satanic sins and 11 satanic rules. That's 9/11. You know what I mean? 9 plus 11 is 20. And that's the year coronavirus was declared a pandemic, 2020. And it was declared on the 71st day of 2020. And 71 is the 20th prime. Revelation's playing out. If you think man's doing all of this and mocking the Bible and all of that, then you're going to be in for the shock of your life. I'm trying to prepare you now. Even when this all does play out, when Revelation completely plays out, I'm going to be shocked. And I'm prepared. I feel like I'm prepared, but I'm still going to be shocked. It's one of those things like you feel like you're prepared for a hurricane. And then when it hits, it's all right being prepared. But if it's destroyed everything around you, don't matter how prepared you are mentally, it's going to hurt. It's going to impact you in ways that you can't put into words. All right? Anyone who speaks to me now at this point, like, the reason my ego's gone is like, what's the point in having this massive ego at this point? Like, why? It's playing out. Revelation's playing out. I went for breakfast today. I had to eat some food and I don't have anything in my fridge, really. And I was just sat there looking around. It's like, and again, I could be wrong with what's about to go down in the next year or so. But I haven't been wrong about many things, have I? With the big things. And I was just looking around at how oblivious people are to the possibility of what may be happening. Just oblivious, just eating and that's fine. They're eating the food, they're with the family, they're hanging out. But I'm just thinking, it's like, I'm sat here by myself thinking, this knowledge I have, everyone should know me. Everybody should know who I am and ask for my guidance at this point. But they don't know who I am. And if I tried to help them, they would just say, go away, please. And it's like, oh, wow. So, but I don't hate on those people. I don't get angry with them anymore. They're just spiritually blind. But their eyes will open soon. They'll have no choice but to have their eyes opened spiritually. And then they'll definitely have a choice. They're going to literally witness the second coming, in my opinion. And if you still don't believe it, then go enjoy life with Satan. April 30th, like 43, yep. April 30th, like the day Hitler allegedly died. No. Hitler was born. Adolf Hitler was born 420, wasn't he? And then he died 430. Suppose he killed himself, shot himself. So Hitler was born April the 20th for your 42, which is all connected to the beast reigning for 42 months. Remember that Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. And then he died in 1945. 45 is the 9th triangular number. So that 1945 can be seen as 1909, and Elizabeth's funeral is on 1909. As Mikey sends me 99p. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Mikey. And hey, Bernie Mac. And again, the 99, when you see these 99p's, it's because it's an upside down 66. You know that? Or you get 2 for 1 for a cheeky 21, like Elizabeth died 21 weeks exactly after my birthday. Crazy, and died 20 weeks and 1 day after hers. So they glitch your channel. Yeah, they glitch my channel. They're making my life really hard. It's like I'm getting more views than ever, and financially, it's telling me that I'm making less money than previous months. When you go to the analytics, it tells you you're making less money than previous. It's like, how? Because they limit everything I say. I literally did a video about spiritual blindness, which was in no way controversial. I literally read out the words that I wrote. Limited. Why? I know sometimes in my lives I go off on one and I say things and I call stuff out and it can be controversial. I can see why they limit me. But I talked about spiritual blindness. Boom, limited. Why? We know why. Because that's the information that Satan doesn't want out there. Anytime I talk about pro sports and just that, they don't limit it. I make money off it. I could come here every day with my gift of decoding sports every single day and make 4 times the amount on YouTube and just talk about sports with my knowledge of them and my hit rate of them. But I don't do that. I won't do that. Now, if you notice when I talk about these sports, it's to reveal the connections with Revelation, like Ravens going 4-2. The beast reigns for 42 months. If you can, thank you so much again. Really, Mikey? 89p and Elizabeth died on 8-9. And the Hillsborough disaster was in 89, 33 years ago. And 89 is the 24th prime. And all the 24s that I've been talking about. Do you know the TV show 24 had 204 episodes with Kiefer Sutherland? Wow. Do you know this? This is in my book. I'll give you this one. Because it's just a tiny part of it. Lucifer, you know the TV show? Yep. By the actor who's Welsh, like Prince Charles, played Lucifer. Well, the last episode of Lucifer was aired on September the 10th, 2021. Exactly 1 year later, Prince Charles became the king, who was the Prince of Wales. The guy who played Lucifer, Tom Ellis from Wales. I'm not going to go too deep because you're going to have to wait. I know Tom Ellis is 43 as well for another 43. I also know Lucifer had 6 seasons for another 6. And the first episode was in 2016, which is 6 times 6 times 6 for your 216. So I've done my video about Tom Ellis and Lucifer. All right, that was actually the last show I watched before I stopped watching TV. I actually enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure the girl that played his girlfriend in it, the detective's last name's German, like Nazi. So, no, I'm not reading the book out. You're going to have to wait. Yeah, a lot of people like the show 24, but the fact that he had 204 episodes is just a joke in itself. So all these TV shows are all coded, and it's not by man. All right? It's not by man, and I'm not going to give it all away. Can I give a short 911 decode? It is 911. Absolutely, 6079. But I got to go. Wait, no, I got to go. Well, if you really want to do it, I'll do it. But I got to go. I promised this Mustafa guy, which is funny that his name's Mustafa, because it actually reminds me of the Lion King, which is hilarious in itself. The guy who wants to call me is literally called Mustafa. And I was telling you how the Bengals were going to lose. The Bengals, Tigers. And then Mufasa was Simba's father, wasn't he? And Scar's older brother. So the previous king of the Pride Land, Pride, like Pride Month, which is in the 6th month. Okay? Pride Month has the word demon in the middle of it. Lion King, I'm pretty sure the guy who did the song for it was Elton John. Was it, can you feel the love tonight? And then Simba was his son like Jesus, son of God. All right, so it's wild stuff. If you want to do that 9/11, let me know now, because I promised this guy, and I am a good guy. If I promise people stuff, I'll do it. I don't even know him, never spoken to him. And I'm doing it for free. He wants to call with me. I usually charge people for it. I'm doing it for free because he's adamant that he's going to change my life. So I'm going to give him a shot. Elton John with 2 male names because it's a female. All right. So 6079, when you say you want to put in your code, do you mean type it? Or do you mean call me for 2 minutes? Which one is it? Now, well done to everybody out there who's given up TV, who doesn't watch it anymore. I still listen to music. Music brings me joy. I still listen to music. I don't watch the videos because there's a lot of predictive programming in there, subliminal images, but I listen to music. I don't watch any TV. I don't own the TV. I don't play video games. I don't watch any sports. So much love if anyone's been able to give that up, because it is difficult, especially if you're used to watching it. I grew up without watching it a lot. I was just so active and I was out of the house playing football all the time or with a girl or whatever. But I still enjoyed going to the movies, and occasionally there was a few shows I enjoyed, watched Match of the Day and blah, blah, blah. But I was never massively into TV, so it wasn't that difficult to give up. Watching sports was hard for me, like giving that up. So I'd call, but I won't. Illusion about to sing some Christina Aguilera. What was her first song? Genie in a Bottle. Magic. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come, come, come and let me out. Just have to say come, come, come 3 times, because these songs, honestly, they're so sneaky. All right, you got everyone saying come, come, come. All right, with the lyrics, come, come, come and let me out. And we know what these people do. Aladdin, another lad. Hey, Men in Black Men. Right, listen, 6079, do you want 2 minutes? Oh, you're good, because if not, I'm going to go, because I've got to get this book done. Wow. $20. Kobe died in 2020, played 20 seasons in the NBA, and 20,000 people attended his memorial, and he died the year of coronavirus being declared a pandemic in 2020. Thank you so much, Glenn Hill. Wow. Magic is far from an illusion. I agree. It's very real. There's black magic, but there's white magic as well. I believe the witches back in the day actually used magic, from what I've studied, to try and cure people from sickness. And that's why they got killed. And now the current witches, like your Crowley, and guys, witches are not just female as well, like they've shown you in like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and stuff like that. Like witches can be men. All right. Just know that witches can be men. It's not just women. So anyway, Glendolan Hill, that is really, really nice of you. That paid for my omelette and my apple juice. So thank you for that, mate. Is there anything? You're welcome. You're doing great work. Cheers, mate. Glendolan Hill, listen, mate. Is that $20 or 20 pesos? Or I don't know with currency. Is that just tell me if that's $20, because I want to do something for you if it is. Is that $20? 10 years, 10 months, 10 days between Jimmy Savile and the Queen's death? No, I'm taking that, bro. Be a guy. That I have to check that for myself. Jimmy Savile could literally be playing the role of Steve Coogan, by the way, who is Alan Partridge. Brother, easy, bro. Just give me like 20 seconds. I just need to speak to someone in the chat, and then I'm excited for your riddle. I love your riddles. Just give me like 30 seconds. All right, Glendolan Hill, 20. Thank you so much. Listen, bro, my email is in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I'm going to send you. Wait a second. Let me do. How is this? I'm going to send you my Queen book and my Kobe Bryant book for free, because you just donated $20. I'm going to send you the Queen. Not right now. It's not finalized completely. I'm going to send you both those books for free. The Queen one, I have to charge people. The Kobe one, I give for free. So I'm going to give you those 2 books. All right. And I think they're going to blow your mind. So thank you so much. Right. I'm here with 6079 just for a few minutes before I leave. This guy is one of the very best that I've ever come across with codes. Exceptional. And let's hear what he has to say. Go on, bro.
Happy Sunday to everybody. I just thought this was interesting. I found today. So
happy 9/11.
Yeah, the main character from the book, 1984, is 6079 Smith W. and 6079 zip code is Salisbury, which is like the Salisbury state that was created to keep troops from getting.
Just speak up a little bit. Speak up a little bit. It's like I don't know if you're blocking this. Try it again.
The zip code 6079 is Salisbury, and Salisbury is where Zion is from. And
Zion Williamson.
Salisbury is also, yeah.
Wow.
Which is like King James and Zion, like the return to Zion.
And he's got William, and he's got William in his name, like Prince William, and William's son is George, and Queen Elizabeth's father was George. William's son, it's called George.
Yes.
Wow.
And so Salisbury is the former capital of Zimbabwe.
I didn't know that.
Their motto is "They sleep, they who sleep."
Wow.
And Salisbury is also the area in the UK where they have Stonehenge. And in Zimbabwe, they have the Epworth balancing rocks. I think I might have said some of this on the other one. I just found it fascinating that was actually the zip code of Salisbury. And their motto is "They live."
They live? So what, like the movie with Roddy Piper?
Like the movie with Rowdy Piper. And when that movie was released, Rowdy Piper was 12620 days old, which is the day that Kobe died.
Oh, yeah, 126/2020. Oh, my goodness. Say that again.
Just when the book, when the movie They Live came out, Rowdy Piper was 12620 days old. And 12620 is the date that Kobe died.
Oh, what?
And he was born 2666 days before Obama. Rowdy Piper was.
Who pranced around in a skirt?
It's the more that I look, the more that I'm like, it's everywhere.
Didn't Rowdy Piper headline WrestleMania 1 as well?
I believe he did.
I've in my book, bro, I've got loads of incredible connections with wrestling and the royal family and just the world that we live in. I've got it in my book, and it's absolutely baffling the connections I've made with wrestling and with Vince McMahon, with the royal family, the Royal Rumble and Armageddon and Judgment Day and all the name of these pay-per-views. It's like the stuff I'm doing, man. So I'll have to look deep into WrestleMania 1. But I know Vince McMahon stepping down was hugely connected to Elizabeth's death with the duration. But I don't want to give it all away because you know what I mean? If you plug in a book, you don't want to tell everyone everything that happens within it. But like Orwell, if you're going to go back to Orwell, it's some of his quotes, man. Some of his quotes from that book, whether they were his or not, but like, what was it? Like, freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 make 4, or freedom of speech is real. He's a slave with a semblance of liberty, which is worse than the most cruel slavery. It's like, that's what they give us. That's basically us. We have a somewhat freedom, somewhat liberty, but we are slaves. And he said he is a slave with a semblance of liberty, which is worse than the most cruel slavery, because at least the genuine slaves know the slaves, whereas the majority of us are oblivious to the fact that we're slaves. So he talks a lot about liberty and stuff, which I think probably connects to the Statue of Liberty, which is basically Lucifer.
Coming from Philadelphia, and that's why the Liberty Bells crack, because freedom's not going to ring.
Wow.
I wish it would.
Yeah, and I want to say this before I leave, that, guys, with this book, there's one part of it where I was talking heavily about Philadelphia, and 6079 Smith gave me this unbelievable connection with Philadelphia, the movie, and Kobe, but I ain't going to tell you what it is, because Kobe was obviously born in Philly, and then LeBron overtook him in Philly the night before Kobe died in the scoring charts. He overtook him to become 3rd, and Kobe dropped to 4th. But I ain't going to tell you what it is. But he gave me that, and I checked it, and I was like, oh my word. So, yeah.
One last thing. This just rolled off the top of my head as you were saying that. So LeBron overtook him in the scoring title the day before. So if you write the date like they would in the rest of the world, it would be 25-1, and then put the 2020 and drop the zeros, and it would be 25122, which the 251st day of 22 is when Diana died.
When the Queen died. Yeah. All
right. Well, hey, want to wish you guys all the best. Have a good day. I'll keep watching on the TV here.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. Take care. That was amazing.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye.
All right.
Bye. All right, I'm going to call it a day here because I have got this book is my calling. I've done this to try and just wake you all up. I ain't trying to like tease you with the book. Like, I just know that I know it is special. And it may scare you. It may blow you away. It'll give you a range of emotions. All right, from page to page, you're going to go from feeling high to low to what's going on to wow, it's really happening. I told you, I did a live recently. Life is a roller coaster, baby. Life is a roller coaster. Just gotta ride it. Just ride it. All right, it's going to be that. All right, we know that. We know that. Football is fixed. All the sports are. They're all predetermined by a code, and it's all ritualistic, and it's probably magic involved or supernatural. But I've got my finger on the button of the code. I have for 2 years, and that's why I've called, I don't know, maybe 30 futures in less than 2 years. Maybe. I'll have to write them down just for myself. Oh, and by the way, guys, on my website, I've decided, the Zion Williamson was really good, and then you had the movie King Richard, where Will played the role of Venus and Serena Williams' father, King Richard. And then obviously Will Smith also was the Fresh Prince. So Will Smith went from being the Fresh Prince, to the king. All right? This is the stuff that I do. It's the stuff that I do. All right? It literally went from being the Fresh Prince to King Richard, Prince to King, just like Charles. And obviously Will Smith was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but he grew up in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia is where the Declaration of Independence was signed by 56 people. That is also where LeBron overtook Kobe, and Kobe was born in Philadelphia. Right, I'm going to write a song about Philadelphia to that beat. I don't know. Adam, stop. Focus on the book, but I'm going to mark that down before I go. Write a song about Philadelphia to the Fresh Prince theme. Look how excited I'm a really creative guy, but write a song about Philadelphia to the Fresh Prince theme. Yeah, okay, I've got it. I've got it. All right. No, before I go, I need to confirm that Jimmy Savile, who obviously would always go to Buckingham Palace, and he was really close friends with Charles and Andrew and all of that. And I think he would be 84 today, as far as I'm aware. He died in 2011. And he was buried as well, 11/9, which can be written 9/11. So let me just check. I honestly think this guy is Steve Coogan, who is really famous actor from England, Alan Partridge. I really think that it is the same guy. I'll do a video about it. So Sir James Wilson Vincent Savile. He gets a Sir, he's got an OBE, he's got a KCSG. All right. And they told us that he was basically, I can't say what it is. I know he got knighted, but he was connected with all these sex scandals. And maybe it was just big distraction. Maybe it was a huge distraction. I think he was a Leeds United fan as well. So Jimmy Savile, you're next. Let me just check this before I go. Date duration. So obviously Elizabeth died on that day, 9/8, and we know that your boy Jimmy Savile died October the 29th, 2011. I can remember that. October the 29th, 2011. And it is 10 years, 10 months, and 10 days. That is insanity. Which is 130 months and 10 days, like 131. 131's the 32nd prime, and he died on the 302nd day, like 32. Highest rank of Scottish Rite Masonry is 32 degree, and she died in Scotland. All right. Joseph, yeah, I caught the 222. Cheers, bro. Order Out of Chaos is 222 as well. So is Wuhan coronavirus. But yeah, moving the Queen's coffin to Westminster Hall Wednesday at 222, and it's 2022, which is all about the 6. It's all about the 6, which is a number heavily connected with the Queen, which you'll see in my book. So I got to go. I promise this, Mustafa. Sorry, I'm going, Lady Hawk, Joseph. I think this has been a decent enough live. It has been very good, and it's only lasted an hour. Yeah, Scotland 47, Elizabeth peacefully, Vatican 47, Francis, yeah. Freemason compass set at 47 degrees. Absolutely. The Basilica was struck by lightning twice on the 47th day of 2013. Prince Charles was born with 47 days left in the year. We could go on all day. It's a big number. 47 is connected to the atomic number of silver. We've got the crash coming. Queen's dead. Queen's head. So, yeah, Divine, much love. Joseph, please support his channel. Joseph Aquaviva 2222. If you like what I do, you'll like what he does. Slightly different in the way we present our work, but it's very effective. And if you get that info from a range of sources, hopefully we will bring you closer to Jesus. Or maybe we won't. Maybe your script's not to get close to him. So it is what it is. So thank you. Queen dead 67 days before Charles' birthday. Yep. King 67. 67, the 19th prime. Queen gets you 19. She got vaccinated with Philip for the first time on January the 9th. 1-9. It's just absolutely baffling. It really is absolutely baffling, eh? Ignored you. Wait, H. So there's nothing really inside the casket. No. Why do you think George Floyd's coffin was 6 foot in length and he was 6'5"? I said, did they chop his legs off? There were nobody in it. And George Floyd, his funeral was paid for by Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. There were no one in it. George paid Floyd 201. No one in it with the Freemason eagle tattoo on his chest. All right, definitely going. See what Mustafa has to say. If you are interested in my book, sign up to my website or send me an email and we'll discuss how much I'm going to charge for it. And for the guy who sent me $20, remember today's 9/11 and 9 plus 11 is 20. I think it was Glen Ellen Hill. Thank you so much for that, because that does make a big difference. Those 20s add up, baby. Those 20s allow me to stay at home, do this, and not worry about what day it is. I'm working 9 to 5, baby boy. All right. Take care. Much love. I'm going to finish this water off, and I'll call Mustafa. Let's see what he has to say to me. Take care. Thank you, guys. Speak to you probably tomorrow when the book's done. What time? It's 15:22. 3:22. It's 3:22 my time. Wow, for Skull and Bones. Guys. Skull and Bones, I'm pretty sure she died 32 weeks and 2 days before her upcoming birthday as well. All right. Georgia Guidestones open 322, came down 42 years later. All right, I'm off. Woo! Bye-bye.